Hello, we are at Haut Beyleron. Butchered that, I know I have, but there's not many people who I've heard pronounce that right so far. The fact that I don't even know what right is says a lot, I think. Um, this is our new series. Don't know what we're going to call it yet. Something along the lines of Speed Let's Play. And the aim of the game is kind of in the name of it. What we're going to do is we'll probably start and end every episode with something along these lines. Um, Everything in the middle is going to be time lapsed, and what I'm going to try to do is put commentary post-com over the top of it. Um, so we're hoping for short videos. We're going to progress really quickly, hopefully. Um, we'll try to get every video being within a day. We start with 100,000 euros. Um, we're on easy economy, and we're just going to try to do as much as possible within that day to make as much money as we can. So that's our aim. That's what we're going to try to do. Let's see how it goes. So we're down at the farm. Basically what we're doing here is we have 3 tractors. We don't need 3 tractors. So it's actually the Massey that we decide to get rid of. This is something like 170 horsepower. The decision was basically the Valmat, which was the black and blue tractor, that's around about 190. And is it a Styra? I think that one's 135. So straight away we get 84.5 grand for the Massey. Basically that gives us a little bit more money to play with. The thing that I know we need now, I was just looking through the used machinery there. There was a really nice Massey, I can't remember what it's called, it's got an 8 on the end. It would have been nice, but it's too much for the farm at this point. We're going by the subsoiler, it's 10.5 grand, basically because it's a decent length. It's 4 meters long, I think. I'm just checking there that it's actually ploughing, but that's why we've bought it, because it can be used as a plough. Whereas the ploughs that are sort of anywhere near this size, we need more horsepower. So yeah, we get the subsoiler. That's ideal. We're going to need that for all our fields because they all need ploughing. So we get the spraying contract. It's for, I think it was about 12 grand, something like that. We spend about 4 grand or so on herbicide. Obviously we're going to make that back. You'll see when we complete the contract what we get back for it. I mean, and how long it takes as well for us to do it. It's next to nothing. Like I've already explained, the whole premise of this series is to progress really, really quickly, and that's what we want to do. We want to be getting these decent sized contracts in, and I'm going to be doing quite a lot of them as well, because we want them big injections of money. We're going to be aiming for production chains. Obviously we've got seasons running, so that slows us down a little bit. We're on sort of 2-day months. I think like a lot of people, it's just habit to say 2-day seasons now, isn't it? Or 3-day seasons, but it's 2-day months we're on. So although we're not going to be sort of doing field flipping or anything like that you could do on 19, we are going to take advantage of the contracts, and this was an ideal one to start with, to be honest. So we're just about done there, and we get 12.5 grand for next to nothing. We get reimbursed. I think the reimbursement was pretty much similar to what the price was. So straight away we're up to 181,000. and so we take out a second contract, and we get to use this Fent. The contract for this one is 25 grand. It's a big field and it is a big contract as well, massive contract for oats, which you'll see what happens towards the end, but it was just something we couldn't turn down really for that amount of money. We are going to use workers, and you'll see throughout, whether depending on the editing, but I'll tell you now that throughout the series we are going to use workers, because while certain jobs are getting done, like this one, I just changed it back to ×5 there because it was down to normal speed. While jobs like this are getting done, we need to be progressing with the workers. So it's going to be the same for the subsoiler. We're back in sort of a second field here. It had already been cultivated, but it was shown that it needed ploughing, so that's why we're back in here. We're going to get this length done, and we're going to be straight on a worker. We'll get that away, and we can just forget about it. And another way of making this money fast, which I've learned from our series on Elm Creek, get those greenhouses in. They're easy money. You can get the water, and they just generate cash all the time. At the minute we've got it on the store, so we'll be selling, because I'm not sure at the minute on whether you make more money by doing that. I'd imagine if you store them and sell them yourself, you'd make more money. That's what I would think. So we spend 9.5 grand on this water tank. Obviously we need it. That's all you need for the greenhouses. We set them to lettuce and they're on storing, so it's happy days with that. We actually spend money on the water here at 730, and we do that twice as well, but I only show one. So over 1400 quid, or euros, sorry, for this one, just for water. We won't do that again, because I've actually found somewhere where I can get water from, like easily get water from. So then we move into our only field that has crop in it, which is a wheat crop. It's a standard harvest, obviously you've seen it. It's the same one we've got in Elm Creek, but it's there to do a job, isn't it? How long we'll have it, I don't know. It depends on how big the fields are. That beeping, by the way, I know it's a bit out of context, but that's just the reverse on it. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things I'm thinking about doing with these fields. Whether what crops we put in, I'm not sure, but obviously we're in August now. We're not going to be sort of taking advantage of it straight away. With seasons, it's just not going to happen, is it? So we've got a few months to be able to plan for that. I'm really interested in these two fields next to us. That's something that I think in the next episode we're going to have a look at. There's corn in the one directly behind us, and the one to our sort of offside was sunflowers, I believe. So yeah, I mean, that is something we're going to have a look at, because we need to crack on, basically. We need to get going. I mean, as you can see, there's messages popping up. There's our worker going away with the subsoiler. There's messages popping up saying that the big contract harvest is the Fent is starting to get full. So at times we do go off, we see to that, we make sure the Fent's empty, and then we come back and crack on with our own field. It's not a particularly big harvest, but I mean, just to get yourself away, to set yourself off, it's decent. And possibly one of the production chains that we're going to look at to start with is the one for grain, or flour, sorry, to put grain in to get flour out, just because it's possibly quite a quick hit. if we can get grain quite easily, I think it's around 100,000 to get the actual factory itself. I need to have a look, see what grain produces, but remember, and I never do this as well, I never ever play on easy economy, and I don't think I ever have from the beginning of FS 19, but because of the nature of the series, that's why we've done it. Yeah, the production chain, I think if we can get that going and just continually feed it and start making that flour, then I think that's potentially quite a good route to go down to start with, and then we can move into others after that. But for that, we are going to need more land. I mean, we've got 3 sort of decent-ish fields there, but I think if we have 5, then we're really going to notice a difference. There's one just on the other side as well that's got oats in, but as you'll see, and I'll probably mention it in the next episode, it actually goes, it's harvested before we even get a chance to look at it, so it's just that one straight ahead of us there, so that's a no-go really. So we've got 3,700 off that one, and then we've got a full 8,000 in the trailer as well. So we haven't done too badly to get 11,000 off that field straight away. So we'll set the fence away, and we'll take this up to the... I can't even remember what the place is called. It's basically where the train is. It begins with an M. I really can't remember what it's called, but what we'll do is we'll jump forward once we get to this junction here. You will see us drive up there at another time. It actually, one of the reasons I jumped is because it went a bit funny. It was like when I was trying to cross the bridge, it was like there was an invisible barrier there that wouldn't let the truck across. That lasted about 30 seconds or so, and then it just allowed us to go through, so I don't know what the issue was there. So here, obviously we just emptying our 8,000 litres, so that gives us over 11,000 litres of wheat in there. And when I was saying about finding a water source, it's just down from our farm. So this little bank here, it's not too steep for us. We can get it filled and it's free water. So I don't think I have yet. We'll see when we come around here. So the water bowser's still there. We probably in the next episode will sell that, because is there any point in keeping it? We're not going to use it. We've got free water. There's no way I'm wanting to pay 730 euros every time we need water, which is going to be quite a bit for 2 greenhouses. And to be honest, I might get more greenhouses, and just even if I have to put it on selling. Sorry, it wasn't this bridge where the obstacle was, the invisible obstacle. It was the next bridge on our right hand side. So yeah, we're going up to the silo. This is the final one. We only have to go up twice with the wagon. Obviously there's 55,000 litres there, but that isn't a full load either. Absolutely gorgeous map. You'll see as we drive through. It's really, really nice. I've noticed with this wagon as well, it doesn't half move around at the front. And if you go on at any sort of speed and hit one of these little bumps, you'll fly off. And nearly fly into that building as well, like I did there. So yeah, that puts us in. We get the train to us. It actually took quite a while to get the train. It took ages to get round. So I've just cut that from this. We'll get all our oats whacked in there, which I think ends up being around 115,000. And you'll see what's about to happen. So we 84% done. Whack. 16% transported. only 87. So that accounted for 3%. All of the harvest. Right, so that was the first episode of our new speed let's play on Haut Beyleron. You'll see what we're trying to do. I'm going to explain it. I haven't actually recorded it yet, but I'm going to explain it at the beginning what we're going to do or what our aims are. So you've already seen that now. We've just had that glitch where we done that massive, and it was a massive harvest. We got something like 128,000 litres altogether, something like that, including what's still in the combine now. And it's saying we're only 16% transported, even though we transported 115 litres of it, I think, something like that, 115,000 litres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it was 25 grand. I'm not going to take out this what I would have got from the crop as well. I'm just going to put an extra 25 grand on. So that will take us up to 181. We'll get ourselves to that for the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let us know. I don't know how it's going to go. I haven't actually tried to do the voiceover yet for the stuff in between, all the time-lapse stuff, so God knows how it's going to come out. But let us know what you think, and I'll see you again in the next one.